I love you as well. This week it's finally here. Ride 3 is almost upon us, and very last minute we have a preview of the game. It's one of those games that they had an opportunity at Gamescom, we weren't there, another opportunity at EGX, and of course we've not managed to get our hands on this game all year, and it's one that's been sort of much anticipated by bike fans everywhere and by us as well, because we like to cover our bike games in some detail as well, as you see me going off there. My first ever go on Ride 3 then, having a race around, and it takes you to Laguna Seca. Here it is then, Ride 3 gameplay running on Xbox One X in the new 60 frames per second mode. Lovely, love a bit of 60 frames per second. I'm really glad this mode's in the game, and you can see what a huge difference it makes as ever when you appreciate good frame rate. That has to be said. Not everyone can, but for those that can, it makes all the difference. I work my way around the corkscrew there and tend to follow these guys, go for a passing opportunity. On the outside, that's okay. You can increase the difficulty later. So this is a very brief preview. I haven't really had the time for depth. Kevin is currently reviewing the game, and you're going to see the review later this week, and we're going to have a team chat which is going to go into the game in a lot more detail than I'm going to now. Now, of course, Ride 3, we shared coverage with this earlier this year and a couple of trailers on it. Ride 2 was a huge game. It built on Ride 1 in many ways, changed it in some ways we liked, some ways we didn't like, and now Ride 3 attempts to put all the good bits together from Ride 1 and 2 and make it even better. One of the first things you'll notice, obviously graphically, the step forward, we're using the Unreal 4 engine, and it takes a bit of time just getting used to the type of handling here. You'll see me sort of understeering into the corner. It's very different, say, from the Isle of Man handling I was trying earlier this year when we were talking about a different style. We're going to talk about that more in the review. And of course here, just wanted to quick look at the bike models. Every bike is featured in great detail, over 230 bikes in the game, and that will probably no doubt grow with DLC. But look at the detail on the bike models. Absolutely outstanding detail, has to be said. It's really nice, and you can zoom in, the sense of the texture, the lighting. It's actually reaching a point now of you're practically moving a photograph. You know, it's that detailed in terms of its look and feel. Whatever the bike, old and new, whatever the detail, the obvious detail in scanning these bikes and preparing this information that Milestone have gone to is huge in bringing this all together, and it's very impressive indeed. Whole roster in terms of the history of bikes, the style of bikes, whether it's supermoto, whether it's cruisers, whether it's racing GP bikes, it's all in there. And when you've got so many bikes, so many big brand names, and they've given their history to Milestone, and Milestone have built up that reputation with the bike companies to bring this together, essentially a Gran Turismo of bike games. Of course, you've also got your character, lots of other elements in there, kind of immersing you in there, and you can change all kinds of elements on your rider, your riding style, how he dangles his leg off the bike. Yeah, these are all little things. You can really mould your rider to ride and look how you want him to be in the game. You can choose something sensible, and you can choose something not sensible. The track listing is equally impressive. I mean, this is a vast selection of circuits that are in the game. Many I haven't explored yet, many are not unlocked in the beginning of the game, as you see here. Of course, you'll probably have to unlock some stuff. I'm not entirely aware of that, because obviously this is my first time just getting on there and doing a preview, but there's an awful lot in the list. And of course, one of the circuits I was quite looking forward to was Lake Garda, which we see here, which was shown on a trailer recently. I visited Lake Garda earlier this year, a stunning location, and one that as a biker you'd want to cruise around, no doubt. It really is sort of stunning views, and of course we see a bit of gameplay just riding around. This was again turning off some of the assists and getting in, and just, you know, this is where I'm sort of testing things out. I'll be doing more of this on a stream later this week, so I'm going to do a live stream testing the bikes, testing the settings, listening to your feedback, and that's going to be on Wednesday. I don't know what time on Wednesday yet, but it will be on Wednesday, so probably in the afternoon. I'll run some testing on the various different bikes, get into the game, and show you a bit of that as I learn a bit myself and prepare for our team chat in terms of, you know, what we're going to discuss, and really asking for Kevin's opinion as to what he thinks of it all. Lake Garda here, obviously, pretty location. Again, running nice and smoothly. I'm in a race at this point, but I had a fall and fell behind the rest of the field learning the circuit. The laps were very long indeed. I don't think it actually has a lap time on here, but I can't remember how long the lap was, but it just seemed to go on and on and on. The track itself is nice, but it's a bit wide. We'll have to see what the other tracks are like in the game. Racing here, looks like it's in the US. I can't remember the circuit names now as I do this, because I recorded this all a week or so ago, just having a test, and we suddenly realised the game's coming out and it's been moved forward a couple of days as I put this together. And again, just trying different types of bikes. I like my meaty sports bikes, and really understanding how to get into corners and get out on power nice and quickly. If they felt fast, they felt competitive, they have that whole sort of hang-on vibe. But it really takes a bit of getting used to. You'll see me understeering a lot through the apex, so I've still got a lot of work to do there. The point of doing this video, I was doing joint brakes. It's actually a little bit easier when you're not, just to pull the bike in, a little dab of rear brake just to help get it in sometimes. But either way, it's getting those braking points right initially is really key, and of course learning the circuits. And I don't know any of these circuits yet, but there are loads of circuits in the game. You know, from racing tracks to roads to supermoto, it's all in there. It's an amazing selection of biking stuff to look forward to. So racing along and getting a better feel for it, as you'll see in all these clips of the video as I was working my way through the game. Of course we get to Macau. Macau is obviously a super challenging circuit, and I had to sort of try and remember the circuit. It doesn't help when you've got to race it at night. I don't think I've ever raced Macau at night, and haven't raced it for a couple of years, and it's quite challenging on the bike again, trying to understand the corners. To my knowledge, there's only night Macau in the game. I don't know if a day version is in there. But either way, lighting. Look at that lighting. Love a bit of lighting and reflections. Go a bit wide, and then whoa, the track is different there. So it was different to the Macau I normally race on with the cars, because you just go around that corner and then it's a right-hander, not a left. But anyway, I'm off the bike and now getting back into the bit of Macau I know, and this is going to be a huge challenge for bikers everywhere. I look forward to seeing what the esport gamers and the top players can do on circuits like this in terms of maximising the apex on every corner, because again it was going to take a bit of time to figure out this circuit and those braking points. But I wanted to show you a bit either way, just to show you that this impressive circuit is in the game. It certainly appears to be sort of as you imagine it in terms of its modelling and structure, and it's interesting to see all the lighting going on as well at 60 frames per second. So that's it from me for now in terms of a little look at Ride 3. Preview. This is the preview obviously, but we've got the review to come later this week, and of course we've also got, what else have we got? We've got a bit of a stream coming as well, and of course do talk about this on our forum. I'll pop the link to the Ride 3 chat in the forum. If you have any questions for me, that's where I'll answer them, is down in the forum. But that's it from me for now. As ever, more soon.